This is Alternative Political Analysis, and this video will be on the French presidential election. And in the polls, Macron is leading. He has the support of 23.6% of the French population. Marine Le Pen has the support of 22.5% of the French population. She is second in the polls. Fillon is third with 19.4% of the French population supporting him. Mélenchon has 18.8% of the French population supporting him, and Hamon has 7.8% of the French population supporting him. And I will go through the policies of the major candidates. Marine Le Pen wants a vote on the EU in France. This could lead to Brexit. I believe that will be a popular policy with the French working class. Marine Le Pen wants automatic deportation of all illegal immigrants. Again, another populist policy, and I think it will play well with French voters. Marine Le Pen wants an immigration moratorium. Again, I think a popular policy that will play well with the voters, especially given the wave of recent terrorist attacks by Wahhabis. And Marine Le Pen wants to close Wahhabi mosques. Again, it's the same reasoning. It will be popular given the recent wave of attacks. And Marine Le Pen wants French nationals prioritised in social housing. It's good that candidates are taking an interest in social housing, but again, this is patriotic populism from Marine Le Pen. But a good economic policy, Marine Le Pen wants a 35-hour work week and retirement at 60 years of age for French people. And quite frankly, that is a strong policy. I think again it will be popular and will play well with working class French people. And this brings us on to Macron. Macron wants to cover spectacles, dentures and hearing aids for French people, and he wants the state to cover this, and that will be a popular policy, as his will be his plan to invest 50 billion euro in France. He wants to cut unemployment 2.7% to 7%. It is now 9.7%. It's going in the right direction, but quite frankly, it's not ambitious enough as a target. And the next policy of his will be a disaster if he gets in. He wants to cut corporate tax. That and that will solve France's problems. How? Like, look at Britain, look at America, look at the Irish Free State. Corporate tax giveaways cause more problems, and they don't solve any problems. In fact, they exacerbate existing problems and create additional problems. And there's a lack of revenue, cutting public service provision, and the widening gulf between the wealthy and the poorest working class people, and there would be the widening gulf between real incomes and productivity. It's just a disaster waiting to happen. And another bad policy from Macron. Macron will not defend a 35-hour work week. And if that were not detrimental enough, he is pro-European Union. And this brings us on to another pro-European Union candidate, Fillon, and his policies are disastrous. He would scrap 500,000 public sector jobs and get rid of 35-hour work week. Again, it won't. This excrement won't work for Macron. It won't work for Fillon. He would scrap impôt de solidarité sur la fortune, the solidarity tax on the wealth. And basically, this is high income tax on high earners and wealthy people. And again, this would cause the same problems as a corporate tax cut. And basically, it's scrounging and mooching by the rich. Let's call it for what it is. But finally, we get on to a good policy from Fillon. He would strip Wahhabis of French citizenship. I think this is being proposed as a policy as Fillon wants to cut or compete with and cut into Marine Le Pen's support base. He would also cut welfare for parents of truant children. And onto a good strong foreign policy from Fillon. He would lift sanctions on Russia, and he would help the Syrian Arab Republic to fight ISIS. That is as strong as a foreign policy proposal as there is being considered anywhere. This brings us on to Mélenchon. He is anti-European Union and in favour of a French exit, so another Frexit possibility. He proposes stronger federal assemblies in a sixth Frankish republic. Well, he is ambitious, I'll give him that. And on to his strong policies. He wants to provide everyone in France with housing. And that is similar to Le Pen wanting to prioritise French nationals, but for him it's a matter of being in the Republic and the fact that you need shelter, and a good strong policy from Mélenchon for which would I imagine would be popular with a section of the French people is he wants full health coverage by the state. That is a good strong policy, and it may raise French life expectancy. And this brings us on to Amon, who is pro-European Union. A stronger policy is that he wants to legalize cannabis, which would be a progressive move. And another good policy is a tax on wealth created by robots that take human jobs. He also has other policies such as basic income, which would provide €500 a month to unemployed French citizens and €200 a month to minimum wage workers in France. And he wants 50% of French energy to be generated by renewables by 2025. Ambitious, but he's not going to get in. He has less than 10% support. Theoretically, Fillon has a chance, Mélenchon has a chance, but realistically, I think it's a two-horse race between Le Pen and Macron, and I believe that Marine Le Pen is going to win the election. I think Macron has taken too sharp a turn to the right, especially when Le Pen herself has edged ever so slightly to the left. He has taken a sharp right turn, and quite frankly, if some of his more extreme policies were implemented, it could damage the working class people of France, and there is too much at stake, and he would keep France in the European Union, which is unstable and economically unreliable. It's a basket case. It's deteriorating. Its fall is inevitable. And I'd recommend that viewers subscribe to the Alternative Political Analysis YouTube channel. Check out the Twitter, check out the Facebook page and the blog for more interesting posts and videos.